Okay, example 2. Again, we have another half reaction here. So if we follow the steps, step 1, balance all except O and H. So here we do have nitrogens. On the product side, I have 2, reactant side, I only have 1. So I'm going to put a 2 there. So we're done step 1. Step 2, we assign our oxidation numbers. So same method that we used before. Start with common oxidation numbers like oxygen, and then go back and solve for the others. So nitrogen monoxide, this is a compound, which means the net charge is 0, right? So if oxygen's -2, this has to be +2. Coefficients don't affect oxidation numbers. N2O2 gas also has a net charge of 0, but this time I have 2 nitrogens, so each of them has to be a +1. Okay, so we're done step 2. Step 3, determine the Leo and Ger reactions. It may only be just one. So if we check the oxidation numbers, where do we see a change? The nitrogen has decreased from +2 to +1. So this is a reduction reaction. Gain electrons reduction. And we gained 1 electron per nitrogen. But we've got a total of 2 nitrogens. So this will give us a total of 2 electrons. Okay, there is no oxidation reaction, so we're done step 3. Step 4, balance the electrons. So if we had an oxidation and a reduction reaction, we would balance them. But because it's just a half reaction, we add the electrons to whichever side they belong. So gain electrons reduction, we show the electrons on the reactant side. So I'm going to add the 2 electrons there. Step 5, we balance the charge. So is this an acidic or basic solution? The question tells us it's acidic, so that means I'm allowed to add hydrogens wherever I need. If it was basic, we would use OH minus. Okay. So we want our charge to be balanced. So over on the reactant side, my net charge here, I've got 2 negative electrons. Charge on nitrogen monoxide is 0. So overall charge is -2. On the product side, the overall charge is 0. So where are we going to add the positive H's? We want to add them to the more negative side, right? So if I want to make this 0, I have to add 2H plus. Now the charge on both sides is 0. Okay, and then the final step says balance the other atoms like H's and O's. If you look here, I just added 2 hydrogens to this side. So on the reactant side, I have 2 hydrogens. On the product side, I have none. So if I want 2 hydrogens, I know I have to add the water. And we also want to check to make sure the oxygens are balanced. So on the product side, I have 2 oxygens. On the reactant side, I have 2 times 1 is 2 oxygens. So we're done.